Hello, classmates, and Doc Mel Rovi here, and I will discuss about the social marketing environment as part of Module 4. As we all know, the environment refers to the surrounding conditions, influences, or elements that affect living organisms or systems. And the characteristics of the environment, as indicated in our reference material, are first is dynamic or unstable. It is a condition of constant rapid change, meaning that the environment is flexible, and that means being able to readily meet the new and varying conditions posed by the environment. Next is it is complex, meaning we are considering many different forces like demographics, economic, physical, political, and many other forces that affect the environment. It is also uncertain, meaning that there is a lack of relevant information about the future. So, the more the environment is dynamic and complex, the more its future is uncertain. And next is magnificent. Generally, this refers to the generosity or abundance of natural resources or conditions that support life and promote well being. Now, what is the social marketing environment as defined by our reference material? It is consists of the forces external to the social marketing campaign that are essential in contributing to its ability to develop and maintain successful influence on its intended adopters. Meaning that this refers to the actual environment and factors included in the community or locality where the social marketing campaign is taking place. And these forces are interrelated with each other. So these forces are namely audience profile or demographics. These are the age, gender, location, religion, education, socioeconomic status, and the like. So let's say it's a campaign against anti-smoking. It is crucial to consider the gender, age, and the socioeconomic status and other demographic forces of your target audience. Next is the economic forces. So these economic forces deal with the financial aspect of the social marketing environment. So these include the costs which constrain or motivate the people in accepting a social product. So in the case of a family planning campaign, a constraining factor would be the expensive contraceptive methods as well as high medical consultation fees. Next is the physical forces. So these have something to do with the climate condition, daily temperature, the level of stress and pollution, and other physical and natural factors which contribute to either aggravate or give a solution to a social problem. So, for example, in an anti-flooding campaign, the important factors considered are the physical and natural factors of a given city or area. Next is the political forces. So these include laws, legal processes, judicial procedures, as well as social pressure, public interest, and cause-oriented groups concerned with the campaign objective. So a good and obvious campaign example I could think of is the Boto Mo Ipatrol Mo campaign by GMA7 to promote the importance of voting and increase voters' education. Next is the social-cultural forces. So these pertain to the psychographics of the target audience. So they include internal attributes such as attitudes, values, preferences, mindset, motivation, personality, and predispositions, which have a bearing on their adoption or non-adoption of a social product. An example is the ongoing campaign of Love Yourself PH for gender equality in our country. Next is the technological forces. These are considered to be future-oriented changes in the development and generation of new technological breakthroughs and innovations. A good example is the use of technology, mainly the social media, for information on mass vaccinations during COVID and the community pantries also during COVID-19. So by understanding these factors, social marketers can develop campaigns that are not only relevant, but also have the greatest chance of success in influencing positive behavior change. So next that I will tackle is environmental scanning and analysis. So the terms environmental scanning and analysis are often used interchangeably. They both pertain to the first step in a social marketing management process, which involves an in-depth analysis of the environment. So this makes it possible for social marketers to predict and anticipate changes in it, giving them a chance to make timely and orderly adaptation to the change in the life cycle of a social marketing program. So to generate an environmental data, here are 5 research methods elaborated in our reference material. So the first one is the opinion leader surveys. An opinion leader survey, in simple terms, is a type of survey used to identify people who have influence over others' opinions or decisions. So these are individuals who are seen as experts or trusted voices in a particular field, topic, or community. Next is the media content analysis. So media content analysis is a way of studying and understanding the messages or information in different types of media like the TV, news articles, advertisements, or social media posts. So in simple terms, it means looking closely at what is being shown or said in the media to see patterns, themes, and trends. So the goal of the media content analysis is to better understand how media shapes our thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors. Next is the public opinion surveys. It is a tool used to ask a group of people for their thoughts, feelings, or opinions on a particular topic, issue, or candidate. So the goal of a public opinion survey is to get a sense of what a larger group of people think about something by asking a smaller sample. So we do this usually for most of our paperworks for DevC 208, 202, and 206. Next is the analysis of legislative trends. So here, the data come from a survey procedure used with politicians and public figures. So this method helps determine the predisposition of elected officials to vote one way or another on a particular issue. And lastly, the CAPRA or KAPRRA, which involves determining the knowledge, attitude, practices of the stakeholders about a particular issue through quantitative research technique. Now, after we've gathered the necessary environmental data, the next step is to have an analysis of the environmental data. So Kotler and Robert enumerated 3 commonly used methods for analyzing environmental data. The first one is the scenario construction method. It is all about building multiple scenarios from available data. So the commonly accepted procedures for construction scenarios raise the following questions. Usually, first question is what conditions are identifiable in the future? Second is what is the sequence of events and changes describing each future condition? And third is what is the probability of occurrence of each future condition? The next one is SWOT analysis. Of course, we commonly use and know the SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And lastly, the issue identification and analysis. This method is employed to determine debatable points affecting a social marketing program and identify influence groups for or against it. So that is it for my report. Thank you all for staying with me. For my discussion question, let's say you are a social marketer and you need to do an environmental scanning for an IWAS dengue program. So what 2 environmental forces would be relevant? So please explain your answer. And here are my references for my report. Thank you.